We have been talking about using ETFs that are picking companies that would benefit from the AI revolution. How about the opposite? How about using AI to pick stocks? There are ETFs out there, and there's new ones coming. There's several that have been out there for several years. AIEQ, I think, is the old. Put up AIEQ if you can, and I'll show you this. This is one of the oldest ones. Basically, the goal here is highest probability of capital appreciation. It's kind of a vague, but it uses what they call AI algorithms to pick stocks. And if you look at what they own right now, they own Mosaic, which is a material name, Wells Fargo, a bank stock, State Street, a bank stock, Fastenal, there's a classic industrial name, and Newmont Mining, gold. So that's kind of a strange group, right? The problem I have looking at these, there's AIEQ, is it's a little opaque. Like, if you actually try to explain it, that's sort of proprietary, and they kind of like, get a little, iffy on you. But talk about this a little, Tom.
Yeah, well, the answer, when you ask a company why they own individual companies, the answer is the model told us to do it.
Yeah.
Is not a very satisfying answer for an investor, but AI-driven ETFs, so those that are picking stocks based on it, we're seeing increasing number of these companies. Teucrium has a couple of commodity ETFs that are going to choose which commodities to go long or short. We've got a company called Kraft that starts with the letter Q that has a momentum ETF and a risk on, risk off. It's perhaps a smarter way of picking stocks. I know that computers can be smarter than I am. Whether or not they're going to be better at outperforming the broader S&P 500 or not.
I don't think the evidence is there to do that. I mean, does it? Are they really smarter? I'm not entirely convinced.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, Bob. I mean, if you think about what's happening in Hollywood right now with the debate over using AI to replace actors or in publishing, we're in the early stages of this, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out and the role that it'll play. Can AI outsmart a human, right? And what's the differentiation there? So I think time will tell, and these ETFs attempt to kind of test that out.
So this gets to this data mining problem. If AIs can find some new data set that they can exploit that humans haven't been able to exploit, in theory, it could outperform. It's like the computer that fought with Lee Sedol, the guy who's the Go champion. It made a move in the fourth game that did not make sense under traditional strategy, and nobody said, what's this thing doing? This is an idiotic move, and it won the game. It found some new way to win the game, and it sort of revolutionized some of the strategy around Go. Well, if this could happen in stock picking, then I'd say, wow, this is interesting, But I haven't seen it yet. And by the way, if that happened, wouldn't all the other AIs know it immediately? So the informational advantage goes away. That's my point. How long? There is no magic here about, AI is going to outperform everybody.
But then the assumption is that there's an efficient market overall within stocks.
Exactly.
And it depends. So yes, it's been better off being in a benchmark in an S&P 500 than being in the average actively managed fund. But AMOM, which is one of these momentum ETFs that Kraft offers, is significantly outperforming the iShares Momentum ETF, MTUM.
How often does that? iShares is every 6 months. Right?
iShares rebalances every 6 months. This one can rebalance on a weekly basis or monthly
there you go,
basis.
right there.
Right.
Momentum is not momentum when you rebalance every 6 months. It's just not. I've never agreed with it. I don't understand that, right? Do you? Is momentum every 6 months, really? I thought momentum, like the RSIs are 14-day indicators, usually relative strength indexes, folks, those of you who don't follow all this obscure jargon that Todd uses all the time. Not me. You use it. So that makes more sense to me. If you're going to have a momentum index, it should rebalance regularly.
Right, and benefit from the information that's continually being updated in the marketplace.
Yeah. All right, folks, it's been a very interesting discussion. Obviously, we haven't got to the bottom of this, but the point is, there are plenty of choices that are out there for you right now. You don't have to just stick with Microsoft and NVIDIA.